Youth and experience, two very familiar names, Fernando Alonso, Nico Hülkenberg, and our three rookies this year, Nick de Vries, Oscar Piastri and Logan Sargent. Very warm welcome to you all. Fernando, let's start with you. Time flies, your 20th season in Formula One. How are you feeling? Fresh, ready to go?
Yeah, feels good. I think it's always the same feeling before race one, where you obviously prepare over winter, and we have less and less tests these days, and yeah, you feel maybe not 100% ready with the car, especially if you change team. You need a little bit more time to adapt to many new things, but yeah, it's the same for everybody, so let's go.
Fernando, what have you found at Aston Martin? Just tell us a little bit about the team and how you perceive your role inside the team.
I think there is a very ambitious project. What I found, very talented people. People want to succeed, want to win in the near future. So that was a very nice surprise, and everyone is pushing in the same direction, knowing how difficult it's going to be, the task. But as I said, I think ambition will be the word.
Fernando, thank you very much. Nico, coming to you now. Great to see you back in Formula One on a full-time basis. After 3 years away, is your approach any different this time around?
Not really. I think the approach is similar, but I just feel refreshed, reset, very positive, and in a good state of mind. Ready to go again. Obviously, I've done a couple of seasons, so I know what's coming. I know what to expect, and just really ready and keen to start the thing.
And how are you and Kevin rubbing along together?
Oh, we're rubbing and tugging and hugging and everything. We actually, sort of broke the ice here 12 months ago when I stepped in for Seb. There's this driver picture on Sunday morning, and we happened to be standing behind each other, and I thought of, it's time to break the ice, and reached out with a hand and with a smile and put his words into his face. And that's where our relationship actually started 12 months ago, and ever since, it's actually been pretty good. We've been hanging out a bit over the winter, in UK, doing some marketing and media stuff, and yeah, so far so good. I feel no tension or friction between us. He's a dad too, so we're both in similar positions in our life, and looking forward to work alongside him.
Well, look, Nick, tell us, how are you feeling?
Well, I think it's very obvious that this is a very special moment. I obviously had the opportunity to already kind of experience it and to get a first taste in Monza last year. But now I'm ahead of my first official season in Formula One, and I'm very much looking forward to it. We had a very long lead-up time, and I've been preparing since a long time. So it's time to get started, and it feels good to be here.
Oscar, coming to you now. Race one just around the corner. I guess this is a moment you've dreamt of for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. It's been about, I think, 12 years since I started racing, so everything up until that point has led to now. So yeah, to be calling myself a Formula One driver and preparing for my first race is a special feeling, definitely.
And how eager are you to get back racing after sitting out last year?
Yeah, I think, having that year out, I definitely gained a newfound appreciation for how much I enjoy going racing. Even in the bad times, it's still better to have those bad times than to have no times at all, I learned. So yeah, I think I've come back with probably more hunger, I would say, than previously, and now that we're here on the grid, it's just a great feeling, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck in.
Logan, thank you for waiting. So race one for you as well. How different is your first Grand Prix to all of the other races you've done in your career so far?
Well, obviously, as Nico said, it's on a much bigger stage. But other than that, I feel like it's really just business as usual. Now it's a bit more juggling preparation and media. But to be honest, I feel like very happy with where I was in the test, and I feel comfortable in the car. I feel like I've laid a good foundation and a base to work from. So yeah, I'm relatively relaxed heading into tomorrow.
Now, one of the advantages of everyone being on the sofa is that we can't stop you talking, but gentlemen, it's great to have you with us ahead of the first race. I don't think they need any introduction from me, so I'm going to start with George Russell. George, how are you? What's the mood in the camp?
Yeah, I guess the mood in the camp is good. It was a good test. We learned a lot. I think we learned that obviously there's Red Bull are looking really, really strong, but equally we feel like we've got a lot of room that we can improve. Probably brought a little bit more pace this weekend after the learnings of testing, but it's going to be for sure a challenging weekend if we want to try and fight for that victory. But we probably knew that ahead of a season starting off where we did.
It's year 2 for you at Mercedes. How do you feel you've grown as a driver over the last 12 months?
Yeah, I think last year was a really good year for development and understanding how a team like Mercedes operates. They work on such a high level. The engineering talent they've got there is exceptional, and I feel fortunate being in a team such as this. So, it's a new year, new challenges, new opportunities, and looking forward to see what we can do this year.
Joe, coming to you now. Year 2 for George at Mercedes. Year 2 for you in Formula One. Just how different does the start of this year feel to last year?
I feel massively different. Obviously, compared to George, I think it's a completely different year too. But I really felt like getting to know the people at the team, also getting to know this car to push them. One lap pace, racecraft is being improved throughout the testing, comparing to 22. And overall, it's been quite a productive few days testing. And this time last year, I think I wasn't too sure about everything, but now I feel a bit more ready than ever. So hopefully it will be a good one.
Question for Charles, a new team principal, new boss for yourself. I don't know if you felt that there was a need for a new team principal at Ferrari or not, but what does Fred Vasseur bring to the team, and what impact has he made so far from your perspective?
Well, I mean, it's still very early days, but I think what Fred is really, really good at is to extract the best out of the people by putting them in the best conditions, and this we can already see some benefits, so that's great. Then, again, it was his first 3 days on track last week, so it's still very early days, and we still need to see. I'm pretty sure he will discover much more things and see how the team works on a race weekend, starting from tomorrow. So still early days, but at least it feels good, and it was impressive to see how well he got at ease with such a big team straight away. So that was important too.
Now, everyone on this sofa, well, we haven't spoken to Pierre yet, but I'm sure he'll agree, thinks you are the pre-season favourite. What do you make of it?
I mean, we had 3 really good days. I think also just in general, the progress we made over the winter was very good. But we have to, of course, show it this weekend, but not only this weekend, of course. From there onwards, you continue to develop. And every track is also a bit different in terms of behavior of the car. But yeah, the test days were good for us.
Where is this car better than last year's?
Everywhere. Right. That's the aim. I mean, you always try to improve it. It feels nice. Well balanced, of course. Every team, of course, lost a bit of performance with the floor, but you always try to gain that back in a way. So you have to, of course, find a bit of a new balance with the car, but it's been good.
And where do you see the main threats coming from this season?
Of course, the team's close to us, but also I think at the end of the day from ourselves, because we have to stay on top of things and we cannot afford to make too many mistakes. I mean, we're not robots. Everyone makes mistakes, but you try to minimize it.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. Thank you, Max. And Pierre, thank you for waiting. So, new colours for you this year. What does it mean for you to race for Les Bleus in Formula One?
Les Bleus. Well, I must say I'm very proud. Obviously it's a special feeling to race for a French team, and especially a French team which is based less than an hour away from my hometown. So, I know Alpine since I'm a little kid, and they've been always particular links with Alpine and Renault, and now it's the proper start of our journey together.
How different is the ambience at the team compared to AlphaTauri, where you were last year?
Well, it's slightly different. AlphaTauri is, full of Italian people, so you have a bit more of the Italian culture. I would say Alpine is a mix between French and English and maybe slightly more international. But so far, I've been really happy how the team welcomed me and the way we've been working. So I'm feeling pretty much home already. Everybody's really focused on the season that is coming, and looking forward to see what we're going to be able to achieve. Yeah.